Chancellor hosted Spotsylvania in a high school football game this past Friday night, but it was a game that really showed that there was a whole lot more to sports than the outcome on the field, a show of support to the Spotsy players and community following the tragic death of a couple of the students from Spotsylvania. Chancellor wins this game 41-14. Taft, I know you were at this game though. I think there was a lot more to community coming together and showing their love for each other than you often see, I guess, on a football field.
Yeah, the game was at Chancellor, so it wasn't at Spotsy, but Chancellor went out of their way to show a lot of respect and sorrow for what happened.
Yeah.
There was a moment of silence before the game. Chancellor students presented Spotsylvania a banner. They called it a banner of love, saying that they were, quote, united.
Yeah.
And also there was instead of the customary handshake at the end of the game, players from both teams got together and had a circle of prayer. So it was really neat to see the two schools in the county come together that way.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we certainly express our sympathies, and our prayers are with the friends and family of the Browns. That, of course, two of them died in that car accident. Let's get to the game, however, though. So Hunter Kozlow replacing Jason Brown as the quarterback for Chancellor. Brown, of course, broke his ankle last week. So first start for Kozlow. We talked about this last week, Justin. I think he was wise in handing the ball off regularly to Mario Wisdom. Wisdom certainly did some damage in this game.
Yeah, Wisdom definitely did a lot of damage, 26 carries, 168 yards, so he definitely set the tone for this team. But when you look at Hunter Kozlow, I mean, he's not going to make a lot of those big arm throws that you see Jason Brown make, but he's very efficient, he's very smart, he's sneaky athletic, he can, you know, do the read option and take off running. You know, he's pretty quick, and he has a pretty accurate arm on some of those seam passes that Chancellor likes to hit to E.J. Jenkins and some of those guys. So I think Eastern View, who they have coming up in the playoffs, if they're going to take Chancellor lightly because Jason Brown's not in there, I think it'll be a bit of a mistake.
So you mentioned E.J. Jenkins. So with all due respect to Chris Carter, at least for this game, all he did was catch touchdowns. Three catches, 83 yards. All three of them went for scores. So I mean, between passing or handing off to Wisdom and throwing to Jenkins, you know, what more can you expect from Kozlow as a quarterback?
Yeah, it helps when you have a workhorse running back and a 6'5" wide receiver.
Yeah,
so.
No doubt, no doubt. So Chancellor ends the season 7-3. They're looking fairly strong, so they've got a rematch against Eastern View, who they beat earlier this season. We'll get to that in a bit. Spotsy makes the playoffs as well, though, 3-7.
Yeah, and I think they're a team that Justin and I talked about off camera a little bit, a team that has a chance to do something in the playoffs. I mean, they have that wing T offense. You got Michael Shelton, Michael Janalo, Reese Ricabo, those guys. You know who's going to get the ball on that team, but those guys are effective at what they do.
And when they don't make errors, they don't sort of self-inflict, you know, fumbles, turnovers, you know,
penalties,
false starts, penalties, especially things like that. Can't afford those. But when they do their thing and do it pretty cleanly, they're a team that you have to respect, I think, in the postseason. Yeah.
There you go. Well, a difficult game to play, but a healing game for many involved. Chancellor with the 41-14 win over Spotsylvania.